Moc Madu's biography is the definition of God no go shame us. From the trenches of Abuja, this guy didn't just waka small. He relocated like NEPA lights during the rain, from Abuja to Kaduna, then from Kaduna to Ovire, and then to Lagos. The kind of risk he took, even Yahoo boys will pause and say, this one a serious hustle. Forget all those smooth Instagram skits with clean apartments and fine lighting. Moc's real-life journey was not filtered. At one point, his parents even died and he had to take the leadership as the man of the house. If it was some people, they have gone back to Abuja to become MC at wedding receptions or open shawarma joint, but not Onwa Idemili. He stubbornly stayed. Rumor had it at one point he even married an older lady just to make it, but the marriage didn't last. Let me remind you to hit that like button, to like this video. If you are new here, drop a comment to indicate your presence, and let's get into Moc Madu's biography. Moc Madu was born on September 2nd, 1986, which means he is 38 years old. Moc was born in Sokoto. Yes, Sokoto, a place where the sun doesn't just shine, it harasses people. Now, don't be confused by the name of Moc Madu. It's probably Igbo from Oba in Idemili South and Anambra states. That's right. This Sokoto-born boy is a full-blooded Igbo man. His early life was more like that of a federal government worker, constant relocation. He was born in Sokoto, raised in Abuja, and later schooled in Owerri. At this point, even DHL didn't travel that much. He spends his early childhood in Abuja, where he obtained his first school leaving certificate, also known as a certificate your parents frame like it's a PhD. From there, he proceeded to secondary school, where he conquered WAEC like a warrior. Even though the results took forever to come out, the people were already saying, what if they seized the school's results? Eventually, he landed in Imo State University, Owerri, where he studied theater arts. That's when his "I'm born for Nollywood" spirits finally found direction. So technically, he was born with northern heat, raised with Igbo stubbornness, and flavored with Abuja's small boy hustle. Talk about a continental combo. Moc Madu was born into the Madu family, one of those families from Idemili and Anambra State where respect is compulsory. His parents and Mr. and Mrs. Madu were the type of Igbo parents who didn't need to shout too much before their children adjusted. One look from the father and everybody in the house would suddenly remember they had homework. Unfortunately, life dealt him a hard hand early on. Years later, his mother passed away in 2019, and for many Nigerians, that kind of pain never really goes away. You just learn to live with it, especially when you start remembering her voice each time you make garri too soft or use the wrong detergent. Even after their passing, Moc keeps their memory alive by posting pictures of them on social media during their remembrance days. But make no mistakes, Mrs. Madu may be gone, but their impact is still running things from the other side. Though not much is publicly known about the details of their lives, Moc always speaks about family values like a true Igbo son. And now to his siblings. Being the first child in a Nigerian household is not a position. It's a full-time job with no salary, no break, and plenty of blame. Moc Madu knows this all too well. As the firstborn of a Christian family with 5 siblings, he came into this world with responsibilities already waiting for him. Now let's talk about his immediate younger sister, the first daughter and Ada of the house. Her name is Adanne Madu, a true Nigerian woman with fire in her bones and Wi-Fi in her fingers. She's not just married with 3 children, she also runs a lighting and interior business in Lagos. You know the hustle is real when someone is balancing Pampers, customers, and online trolls all at once. When a certain controversial media personality, radio guide, tried to drag Moc's name in the mud, Adanne didn't just sit down and pray about it. She logged in, cracked her knuckles, and typed with the power of 5 siblings' frustration. Before you could say defamation, she had cleared the air and radio guard's data. She publicly defended her brother, not just because he's a blood, but because in Nigerian families, if you don't defend your own, your mother will appear in your dreams and with wrapper tied under the armpit, asking if you still have sense. Adanne's clapback was not just emotional, it was strategic. She proved that Moc came from a home where loyalty is not a suggestion, it's standard practice. The other siblings They know how to avoid the spotlight like Nnebe avoids consistency. They quietly support from the sidelines, dropping encouraging messages in the family WhatsApp group, showing up for premieres in sunglasses and contributing to the family budget without making noise. Classic Nigerian sibling behavior. Love loud at home, quiet in public. But even if they don't chase clouds online, their impact is felt. Moc Madu's journey through Nollywood has been powered by that silent but strong village of support, siblings who understand their assignments. Moc Madu's career journey, it's the kind of story that every Nigerian hustler can relate to, filled with wahala, small chops of hope, and the occasional God I beg prayer shouted into the sky like network signal. Growing up in Abuja, young Moc was already forming skits in his mind before TikTok was even born. While other children were dreaming of becoming doctors or engineers to impress their uncles, Moc was acting in front of imaginary cameras and giving Oscar-worthy monologues to his shadow. He knew what he wanted from early on, trouble. Because in Nigeria, telling your parents you want to be an actor is the same as saying you've joined a cult. But he had the spirit of Nollywood in his blood, and not even Nnebe could dim the light. Now, Abuja may be the capital, but it's not the capital of film opportunities. So he started as a crew member. Yes, so the behind the camera guy sweating under the sun, holding boom mics and moving props just to stay close to the dream. He was there setting up lights for others while telling himself, one day I will shine too. Then in 2011, the boy carried his load and relocated to Kadiri like a man pursuing love. It was there he met director Toka Magbaro and worked on the project. But instead of returning to Abuja, where at least he knew the nearest suya spot, he entered the next bus to Lagos with no plans, no accommodation, and just vibes. Typical Nollywood spirit. If Lagos was a person, it would have looked at Moc and said, so you just came here like that, no invitation. But Lagos did not reject him. After a few nights of God when and eating Indomie without seasoning, he discovered Hefty Film Institute. The name alone sounded like success. He enrolled, studied cinematography, and was auditioning in between classes like a man trying to balance acting with survival. He featured in Papa Ojiakor and Super Story, and if you blinked too fast, you might have missed him. But he was there. Baby steps. Then came 2015, the year destiny finally picked his call. He passed the eminent audition and got cast in Hotel Majestic. That was his I don't make him small moment. At least now his family could stop asking, so this your acting, is it bringing in money now? From there it was up and up. He moved from guy on the left to full-blown Chike in Ahamefuna, rubbing shoulders with Alex Ekubo, Stan Nze, and the Godfather himself, Kanayo Okanayo. Working with these actors, Moc had to stay alert because if Kanayo brings out a calabash, just know you are in a serious movie. He's now been in movies like Last Straw 2024, Women Are Scum 2018. Yes, the title alone is enough to scatter WhatsApp groups, and Brotherhood 2022. These days, when Moc walks on set, even the boom my guy knows, boss don't arrive. Moc Madu's career is every Nigerian hustler's motivational video, from holding equipment to holding scenes, from sleeping with one eye open in Lagos to standing on major movie posters. He's shown that sometimes the only difference between a crew member and a star is just one opportunity and a lot of pepper soup-filled resilience. He's living proof that with hustle, grace, and small madness, you too can go from who be this one to that's Moc Madu. And now, Moc Madu's wife. The love life of Moc Madu, the real Nollywood script, filled with romance, basbos, online dragging, and one sister ready to turn into WWE wrestler if anybody talks nonsense about her brother. Now, before the fine boy married Ruby Ojiakor, there were whispers that he had been married before. You know, Nigerians, give them 5 minutes and 1 pot of stew and they will cook up full story, full history for you, even with no pepper and no confirmation. But the records no clear and no one has brought out wedding receipts, bride price list, or even rapper from that alleged first marriage. Fast forward to Nollywood magic. Picture this. Moc and Ruby met on the movie set in Oka, playing boyfriend and girlfriend. Now from pretend love, their real love enter. That's how film can turn to real life. One moment you are reading script, next moment you are buying matching ashwebi. Before we knew it, acting chemistry turned to real chemistry, from action to I do. Then came the wedding, traditional, colorful, and social media certified. January 31st, 2025 was the day Ruby and Moc scattered internet timelines like pepper inside eyes. The ceremony held in Imo State, and Ruby danced like someone who just got our Canadian visa stamped. The joy on her face, pure. The online hype, mad. Even people who didn't know the couple before now suddenly had opinions, like in-laws. But as expected, every time joy is trending, one person somewhere will wake up and say, "This happiness is too loud." Enter Radio God, aka Destiny Ezium, aka Aprogo headquarters. The man said Ruby married the wrong person. He called Moc a player, an opportunist, and practically said the man no even get spoon to his name. According to him, Ruby sponsored the wedding, fed the guests, paid the MC, and probably even paid for Moc's hairline, if applicable, to add salt to injury. He claimed Moc was squatting in Asaba like someone waiting for NYSC posting. As Nigerians say, who born monkey make it talk to lion. Before you could say allegations, Moc's sister Adanne Nke Moc Madu entered the charge like thunder. She didn't just reply, she came with voice, video, and ancestral backup. She gave Radio God a piece of her mind with enough seasoning. She said her brother is a landowner, not just plots, mansion inside their father's house level. She reminded the public that Moc is not the social media type and that being humble doesn't mean being broke. In fact, she talked like someone ready to slap nonsense out of your mouth through Wi-Fi. Meanwhile, Moc Madu didn't even stress himself as per typical cool guy vibes. He left the talking to his sister while focusing on his career and his new pride. A true Igbo man, if wahala no come with money inside, he know they concern him. Through all these noise, his wedding to Ruby Ojiakor remains a hit movie in itself, filled with drama, subplots, public reactions, and one cast member, Radio God, who clearly missed the memo. Nigerians carried the gist like gala on Third Mainland Bridge, but Moc and Ruby just kept moving like bus drivers ignoring conductors. In the end, whether you believe Radio God's prepared the gists or you are on Team Madu Family Estates Limited, one thing is clear: Moc Madu is not here to impress online judges. He's married, he's acting, he's progressing. The rest, na background noise, or as Nigerians like to say, if you know be Panadol, you know if you be Panadol. From hustling like a man on a mission to finally entering the big boys club of Nollywood, Moc Madu's story is a kind of inspirational tale that deserves its own movie, and yes, he should play himself, obviously. Once upon a hustle, Moc left Abuja for Kaduna, then packed his dreams on 2 shirts and headed to Lagos, the city where dreams come true, or slap you back to your village. He didn't know a soul, not even one uncle that could say, "Let me introduce you to one producer." Nothing, just vibes, hopes, and transport fare. Moc's biography is a masterclass in resilience. This man was a sore rejection more than a jobless graduate with a Gmail full of "we regret to inform you." He faced financial struggles that could make you reconsider your life choices, but he held on like a Nigerian mother holding her last born. Nollywood didn't roll out the red carpet for him. In fact, it rolled it up and told him to come back later. But with small rows and loud determination and that I know green spirit, Moc climbed his way up like someone tracing jollof at the bottom of the pot. This journey teaches us one thing: if you mix talent, stubbornness, and small madness, success is inevitable. Moc Madu is now taking on bigger projects, inspiring other aspiring actors who are currently sleeping in Face Me I Face You with dreams of stardom. Moral of the story: hard work, persistence, and knowing how to price agege bread properly will take you far in life. Moc Madu is proof that you don't need connections, just courage to chase your dreams and maybe a little transport money for when Lagos tries you. If you enjoyed the video, quickly hit the subscribe button, like this video, and click on the video showing on the screen to watch the next video. Click it now before this video ends. See you in the next video.